Hello everyone, I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring. In this video, I have invited Shilpa, one of the recent students who have achieved her desired scores. She has been achieving really good scores in her practice writing as well as speaking tests, and she has been scoring really very well in her practice reading as well as listening practice tests. And she has got 320 in her recent OET examinations, which was held on the 10th of September 2022. And she's able to club these scores with her previous scores, where she got 3B grade and 290 for her writing. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you, Shilpa, for achieving really great scores. And I'm quite happy that you are able to immigrate to New Zealand now. And I soon welcome you to Australia as well once you become a registered nurse in New Zealand. Well done.
Thank you, sir. It's only happened because of you only, sir. And initially, it was very difficult for me to get into a path. But when I contacted you, it's very easy for me to grasp the things and what are the strategies that you taught me. They are really helpful for me to clear this examination. Thank you so much, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so how long did you take the coaching, and how did you achieve these scores?
Sir, it's around 6 months. Means if I club 2 scores, I'll take only 6 months. See, when I was not getting the enough score, and at that time I was very means depressed because I was thinking that I'm not making all this content which is required. But when I contacted you, means I go each and every subtest in depth. Means I come to know the what are the distractions in the question papers, and the time management. It plays a very crucial role. Means to attain the good marks, and the things that I followed, and I achieved all the things.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, so you have done a very good job, and you have got 370 in reading. So how did you manage your time in part A, B, and C during your actual exam?
Okay, sir. For the reading, see, part A is very essential part for me in for the reading. Like I used to get good marks in the part A of reading when I'm practicing. I was practicing the part A of reading, and the things that you have taught me regarding the time management. I used to practice and with the gap fill questions and the sentence completion questions, and I'm doing the scanning and skimming, and then I easily come up with the questions. See, initially it was difficult for me because I'm not means the time management is a big issue for me, but with the practicing, I'm really easy to achieve this.
Yes, I think I taught you 7 strategies for the reading,
Definitely,
which can
sir.
help you to, read like a robo. If anyone would like to know all those strategies, they can become a diamond member on my YouTube channel, and they can watch all those videos as well. Anyway, so how much time did you take for part A of the reading in the actual examination, Shilpa, to complete it?
Sir, it's around 12 minutes. Means I'm
Oh,
still having
wow.
3 minutes,
Wow,
and
that's
then
quite amazing.
yes,
That's really quite amazing. Yeah. And many people have complained, after this examination, that they didn't have enough time to complete the reading. But you have performed really very well in reading, and you have done it in 12 minutes. And that is quite amazing. That's really good.
yes, sir.
And what is your opinion about the reading and listening materials that I shared with you? Are they up to the mark, or have they got similar kinds of difficulty level to that of the actual OET reading and listening exams?
Actually, sir, your material is super difficult. But the thing is that when we come across the super difficult thing, we can easily access the OET question paper. Means we thought the paper is easy for us, which I have taught in the examination, because I
Yeah.
solved the very toughest questions which you have prepared. I know means where are the pits and the holes that the examiner has created for us in
That's
the
right.
examination. In the examination
That's
means.
right.
the certain phrases, uncertain phrases. We need not to duplicate this in sentences in the gap filling questions.
That's
And
right. Yeah.
what is the easiest method to locate that keywords means quickly in the text. And
Yeah.
the things help me a lot in the examination. And for first and the foremost thing that you have very much time you taught me, that take a deep breath in the examination, because
Yeah.
this will decrease our anxiety level in the exam.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. So the first and the foremost thing we need to do is that we need to be free from tension and stress,
Yes,
because
yes.
we must be able to
Mhm.
focus really very well if under a cool condition. Okay, so it's really important that you are chilled, you are cool, and you
Mhm.
are able to relax yourself during the examination, so that you can get more than what you're aiming at, and you have done the same thing. So how did you manage part B and C of the reading? Sorry.
With the part B and the C, I usually skip the harder question, because I need not want to waste my time on the hardest questions. I need
That's
to
right.
solve the simpler question first, and
Yep.
then I'll manage with the time. 10 minutes as for part B.
Mhm.
It sometimes it usually take 12 minutes. The
Yep.
2 minutes with one question,
Yep.
and the rest of the time I'll go with the part C. The
Mm.
questions are opinion questions. I
Mm.
have to understand whole text in the part C,
Yep.
and I have to eliminate the answer options which
Yeah,
have created. Yes,
that's
and
correct. Yes.
if I struck in any question, I'm going to skip that question.
That's correct, exactly. Because actually, time management is going to be one of the key challenges that are going to be faced by so many students during the examination. Especially the pressure that you're going to get in the examination hall is going to be huge. And it is really imperative that we will leave a question if it is taking more than, let's say, maybe 30 seconds or 40 seconds. If you don't get any idea on where the answer is possibly located in the text within 30 seconds, it's better to skip it and move on to the next one. That's what you have done. I'm so happy about it. And finally, they worked a lot. And there
Yes.
are 6 elimination strategies for part B and part C of the reading, and I hope you might have applied them properly. And that
Yes.
is one of the reasons why you have got really good score in reading, because there were so many people who complained, actually not my students but the other students have complained after this examination that their reading was really complicated. But you were able to excel it very well. I'm quite happy to see your scores. And you have achieved 360 in speaking as well as 360 in listening. um, can you please tell me how you have achieved 360 in listening? What kinds of challenges did you face during the practice tests?
See, as far as listening is concerned, it's a bit challenging for me, very first, because I'm not able to get good marks in part A of listening. And I know if I'm not able to get the good marks in part A, I won't make up. Then I realize whatever mistake I'm doing means my when I'm writing the answers, that my speed is not up to the mark, and that's why I'm missing the questions. So I realized that, and I improved with time. And apart from your strategies, I used to listen podcast, and taking down the notes of that podcast. And I used to listen to the different accents of the podcast. And for I think 2 months, I continuously I'm having a habit routine to listen that podcast for means 2 hours, or at least 30 minutes, means 2 times. Then my ears are developed to listen the different accents, and means I'm easily grasping the things. And these things help me a lot with the listening, sir. And that's why it's got this 316 listening.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Really good. And during the practice tests, I have asked you to get at least 34 or 35 out of 42 in reading and listening. Isn't it? Were you able to achieve 34 or
Yes,
35 during the
yes, sir.
practice test?
Initially it will be 30, 31, but with the time I practicing the material, then I'm comfortable with the 37 also, 37,
Wow,
35.
that's amazing.
Yes. in the end, I'm able to get that marks in the listening as well as in the reading, sir.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So see, initially many people may get frustration after looking at
Yeah.
the quality and the difficulty level of my materials because they are
Mm.
really difficult. Trust
Yes.
me, I have prepared the questions keeping in mind of the worst situations that you may
Question.
face during the OET examination. In other words, I would like to ensure that there are no stones unturned on your way to success. Okay, I wish everyone should be able to achieve their desired scores independent of the difficulty levels that they're going to get in the actual OET reading and listening subtests, for example. All right, and this
Mm.
is one of the reasons why I have been preparing more and more high quality materials. Okay, I'm preparing everyone for the worst situation, so you
Yes,
won't
sir.
be able to get these difficult questions of the peak level during the OET actual examination, and I think that could be one of the reasons why you have aced OET listening test with the 360. And
Yes, sir.
when you have attended the examination, the actual examination,
Mm-hmm.
did you get a chance to speak with other students what they have what they
Mm.
have told about the exam?
Actually, they told some are telling that it's difficult, quite difficult. But for me, reading is easy. The
Mm,
hall is just after the reading exam, all the faces are blank, means reading
mm,
is quite difficult. But
mm,
for me, it's means it's not difficult. It's
mm,
easy
mm,
as far as the concern with the
mm,
questions.
mm.
Means I'm able to get that
Yeah,
because I'm not wasting my time in the difficult questions.
that's
i
correct.
have to I have to go with my pace. Means my brain is trained. And one
Mm,
thing, before the examination for 1 month, I used to sit for 3 hours continuously, sir, and to
mm.
make my habit and to train my brain that I am in a situation exam like environment.
Wow, that is
That
amazing.
helped me a lot, sir,
So you worked
because
really harder. Mm.
yes.
Perfect, thank
Well,
you, and you deserve them. Actually, I was expecting you to get 350 as well, but anyway, I think the last time itself you might have scored 350 or 300 and above in the last attempt itself, but I think you might have changed the gender or the prefix or the
yes,
pronouns
yes,
of the patient or
yes,
the recipient. I think that can have a very bad impact on your score. Or if
yes.
you might have even misspelled the name of the recipient or the patient, that can also have a very huge impact.
That was the biggest mistake, I would say.
Mm,
But here is a good news, sir. If I
mm,
get that marks in that examination,
mm.
I would apply to the UK.
Oh, okay, yeah,
my
that's
dream,
right.
my
Mm,
dream country will be left. But with the God grace, the New Zealand has decreased their score
okay,
in
that's good.
writing recently. So it's
Yeah,
means it's very happy news for me.
yeah, of course,
And
that's good. And see, one of the shortest ways to come to Australia is to go to New Zealand first, get the registration done. Once you become a registered nurse in New Zealand, you can apply straight to Australia because the documentation process is going to be really fast and easy. And you can come to
yes,
Australia after that and you can lead a better life as well. I would strongly recommend everyone to go through similar kinds of process so that they can, achieve, better life in Australia, I would say. So you
okay.
have got 360 in speaking. So what kinds of advice do you have to the students and how did you achieve this score in the actual exam?
Sir, I usually focus on the communication skills that we learned in our clinical areas.
Mm,
Means always we have to greet the patient.
mm,
Means we don't be judgmental, and there
mm,
should be no any false start. Our introduction should be means pretty good, and
mm.
I have to means it's a two-way communication.
That's
Means
right.
means somehow the students are thinking that it's exam, I have to speak. It's not like that. It's a two-way
Mm,
conversation. Let the
mm,
other person has to speak something, then you will respond in that way. If you're
mm,
asking something and you have to respond that question first, then you have to go, then we have to go to the next task.
mm,
We have to satisfy that the examiner first,
mm,
then only we will move. And the finishing should be good. Means we have to summarize what we have did.
mm,
All things that you taught in the speaking, I
mm,
applied in that,
mm.
and
That's
for that
amazing.
I.
Good, good, good. Was that the first time you were getting B grade in speaking, listening, and reading, or did you get B grade previously as well?
See, in the speaking, I got the B grade, sir, but listening and the writing, it's the issue for me.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, so my strategies have helped you to achieve 300 and above in writing and 350 and above in listening, isn't it?
In the reading, I scored up to with the 10 marks.
Oh, okay,
Means
that's good. That's amazing.
yes, so
That's
the
amazing.
reading
Good.
means
Good.
the other institutions, they won't means consider you, your emotions, your money. I think means you are the only person who are connected with us. Like you have to means you are taking care of our each and everything. Means how we are going and what thing means we are lacking in the exam. Means for the preparation for the examination, and it's a worth of money, sir.
Oh,
Means
thank you. Thank you
I
so
would
much,
really
Shilpa.
thankful to the YouTube, because of YouTube only I contacted you. And
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so you deserve these scores, Shilpa, because you have been working really hard. You have been, diligent in identifying your weak areas, and you have improved a lot. What is your feedback regarding my OET writing corrections and assessment?
marvelous, sir. Your writing correction is very good. And means previously I was not nothing. I was knowing nothing. But when I started your course, means I come to know why the introduction is very essential in the writing. And sir, one thing that is proofreading. The proofreading is very much essential in the writing that you have taught me. Your corrections are marvelous, sir. Means it's a in-depth corrections, and these things are going to be assessed by the OET examiners. So
Thank you.
I
Thank
would
you so much.
say the worth of money, time, everything.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You made my day. Your success made my day anyway. And how many letters did you receive corrections from me? And what was the highest and the lowest scores I gave you?
Sir, initially I got very low score from you, and I was very disappointed that time. But it's means I'm improving, because whatever I mistake, I did mistakes that I'm going to write that mistake. I didn't commit in the next letters. So the highest marks I got from you, I think 350, and the lowest
Yes.
is 250
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
initial letters.
Wow, that's good. So there's a great improvement. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No worries. Yeah, I'm quite happy, that you have achieved your desired scores to go to New Zealand. And I think in the future we will definitely meet in person and we can have a cup of coffee as well.
I
All right.
want to. I really wish, sir, I
Yeah.
should have a cup of coffee with you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, definitely. And now I would like to invite everyone to ask their questions. Okay, let's start with the Enrico. Enrico, do you want to ask any questions to Shilpa?
No, I'm very happy for Shilpa. It's clear. Thank you.
All right. Anita, would you like to ask any questions?
No, sir. She has explained clearly in all the modules, so no doubts.
Okay. Mary, do you have any questions? Would you like to ask anything?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
I just want to know how she was managing her time working and studying, because I am not able to manage my time. Once I come back to work, I'm so tired, and I just know that, if you don't mind.
Yes. Shilpa, can you please advise her? Thank you.
See, it's very difficult for us go for the duties, and still we have to adjust our time. The thing is that consistency should be there. If you are practicing, see, it's difficult to practice whole subtest, like for it, as far as reading is concerned, there are part A, part B, and part C is there. So do it consistently, like do part A if you have less time, and the very next day do the part B, and then part C. Do it consistently. If you are doing reading, listening, and speaking and writing, it should not be skipped.
That's correct.
So have some consistency when you are practicing, and do less, but do properly. The thing is that
Do regularly. Yes, you're right.
yes,
Do less. You can practice less, but you have to practice on a regular basis.
regular basis.
And okay, so many students may not have enough time. I mean, they may have to look after their home, they may need to prepare food, and they have to go to work. But how did you manage the time among all these activities? Did anyone
See,
help you?
he definitely, my husband is really helpful for me. The thing is that when I have a goal, I have to achieve this. Then in the busy schedule, I get whenever I got some time, I want to utilize that time properly. Sometime I usually do the 2 modules, like one day I'll do the listening and speaking, very next day I will do the writing and with the reading. So I was combining 2 of them if it won't be possible for me. But when my examinations are there, a month ago I used to practice for 3 hours in the morning time, sir.
Oh, wow,
to do
that's amazing.
in the morning time, because I want to achieve this.
Of course,
It's
of
a
course.
really harder time. It was a really harder time for me, but with the God grace, I crossed that time.
Finally,
So
hard work paid you off anyway. So you worked really harder, Shilpa. I can definitely imagine how difficult it is going to be, to manage your time, work, and family and everything. For some people, I would strongly recommend you to cook, once in 2 days or 3 days, or even once in 4 days, and then you can heat and eat. You can keep it in the freezer or the refrigerator, and then you can, heat and eat as well. I know it's going to be really hard. Some people, I mean, most of the people love food, right? I mean, everyone love food, I would say. So they may want to eat, fresh ones. I understand that. But for the time being, there is no other way for you. I mean, if you it's not a good idea to cook every day. But if you can seek help from your family members, or your friends or colleagues, that would be of great help as well. If, for example, if you have your father-in-law or mother-in-law at your home, you can request them to prepare meals for you, and you can try to convince them. You can tell them that you're going to provide them a very good gift once you pass your OET examination or so on. So you can explain the reasons to them why it is essential for you to achieve your desired scores in OET, so that definitely they will come to you. You can provide some kinds of incentives, as I mentioned just now. All right. Yeah, these things can help you out a lot. Mary, did you get the answer you are looking for?
Yes, exactly, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear. Bye.
All right. Anyway, thank you so much, Shilpa, for coming here and sharing your strategies and exam preparations with us. I wish you all the very best for your registration in New Zealand, and I will see you soon in Australia as well.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
No worries. Have a good day. Take care.
Thank you, sir.